As you settle in for rest tonight, let's slow down together for a quiet moment, reflecting on God's truth, and then we'll enter into prayer. God has been faithful to you throughout this day, and His faithfulness will still be with you when tomorrow comes. The day is easing itself toward a close. The light has softened, the noise has thinned out. You are here now, at the edge between what has been lived and what can be laid down. Your body is beginning to understand that it no longer needs to hold everything upright. Your shoulders can lower, your jaw can unclench, your breath can find its own slower rhythm again. Nothing needs to be fixed in this moment. Nothing needs to be explained. The day does not have to be sorted into successes or disappointments. It can simply be acknowledged as finished. As the hours unwind behind you, there is space to notice that you were not alone in any of it. In conversations that felt easy, God was there. In moments that passed without notice, God was there. In the quiet stretches and the heavier ones alike, His presence did not drift or waver. You may remember fragments now. A look exchanged, a task completed, a pause you didn't plan. Even the things that felt unresolved were still held within God's awareness. Your mind might still carry movement from the day, replaying small scenes or unfinished thoughts. That's all right. There is no rush to silence them. They can slow naturally, like footsteps coming to rest at the door. This moment is not asking you to evaluate yourself. It is offering you permission. Permission to stop proving. Permission to stop managing outcomes. Permission to let the day be what it was. You are allowed to rest without earning it. You are allowed to be still without explanation. Tonight does not need anything more from you. What parts of the day are still quietly present with you now? Are there moments that return without asking, simply hovering nearby? What feelings seem to surface as everything slows down? Is there something you carried today that no one else noticed? Did any small interaction linger longer than you expected it to? What thoughts feel most active as the night settles in? Is there a place in your body that feels tired in a deeper way? Were there moments you moved through on instinct rather than intention? What felt steady today, even if it was easy to overlook? Did anything bring a subtle sense of relief without drawing attention to itself? Are there words you did not speak that still rest within you? What emotions were present beneath the surface, unnamed but real? Is there something you kept holding simply because there was no space to set it down? What softened you today, even briefly? Where did you sense quiet support without fully realizing it at the time? Are there traces of care woven through the day that you are only now beginning to notice? What feels gentle to acknowledge as this day closes? As the day settles, there is room to notice what quietly sustained you. Not the large or dramatic moments, but the small forms of steadiness that rarely announce themselves. Perhaps there was a routine that held you without effort, a familiar space, a simple meal, a moment where nothing went wrong. There may have been strength that arrived before you realized you needed it, patience that lasted just long enough, a pause that kept something from becoming heavier than it had to be. Even the ordinary hours carried a kind of support within them. Time moved forward. Your breath stayed with you. Your body did what it knows how to do. Some things worked quietly in the background today. They did not solve everything, but they were enough to carry you through, enough to keep you upright, enough to bring you here into the calm of this moment. You can allow yourself to recognize that the day contained more steadiness than it appeared to, more help than you may have named, more care than you could fully track. As your awareness widens, the focus does not stay only on you. It stretches outward, touching the larger rhythm you are part of. A world still turning, lives still unfolding, a steady presence holding it all together. As your attention rests more gently, others begin to come into view. Faces you know well, voices that feel familiar, people whose lives are intertwined with yours in quiet ways. Some are resting now, just as you are. Some may still be carrying the weight of their own long day. Some are unseen, moving through the night unnoticed by most. There are those who feel weary without having words for it. Those whose burdens are carried privately. Those who long for rest but have not yet found it. Across different places and circumstances, there is a shared fragility, a shared need for care, a shared dependence on something steadier than ourselves. You do not need to hold their stories or solve their struggles. Simply allowing their presence into your awareness is enough for now. This gentle widening prepares the heart. It softens the edges. It creates space for something deeper to begin. As we move from reflection into prayer, there is no need to change your posture or your pace. You are simply invited to step into this next moment with openness. Nothing needs to be prepared or corrected. If you wish, let these words become your own as we begin to pray together. God, as this day comes to its quiet close, I come to you without urgency. I am not trying to arrive anywhere. I am simply here. I thank you for carrying me through this day in ways I could see and in ways I could not. There were moments I noticed your help and many more that passed without my awareness. Still I was held. Still I was sustained. I did not move through today perfectly, and I do not need to pretend that I did. I am grateful not because everything went smoothly, but because you remained steady while I moved through it all. You did not withdraw when I felt tired. You did not hurry me when I felt slow. You stayed. Tonight, I bring you the parts of the day that linger, the conversations that replay quietly, the decisions that feel unfinished, the thoughts that keep circling without resolution. I do not push them away, and I do not hold them tightly. I place them gently in your care. There are things I carried today that felt heavier than I expected. Expectations, responsibilities, the quiet pressure to hold everything together. I am ready to set those down now, not because they no longer matter, but because I no longer need to carry them alone. As I rest here, I ask that you help my mind slow its pace. Let the inner noise soften. Let the constant measuring and replaying begin to loosen. I do not need clarity for everything tonight. I only need enough stillness to rest. I notice my body now. The places where tension is settled, the weight that is gathered in my shoulders and my chest and my breath. I allow these places to ease little by little, not forced, not rushed. Thank you for the quiet intelligence of rest, for the way sleep restores without asking for effort, for the way you designed my body to recover while I release control. Tonight I give myself permission to rest fully. I entrust this night to you. The hours I will be aware of and the hours I will not remember. I trust you to remain watchful while I sleep. Your presence does not fade when my consciousness does. You stay near. I place my home in your care. The rooms around me, the walls that shelter me, the spaces where I will rest. Let them be filled with calm. Let them feel secure and held. I also place the people I love in your keeping, those nearby and those far away. I do not need to monitor their safety or outcomes tonight. I trust you to hold them with the same care you extend to me. If worries attempt to rise in the quiet, I ask for the grace to release them again, not with force, but with trust. Each time my thoughts drift back toward concern, I gently return them to you. Tomorrow does not need my attention yet. I do not need to rehearse it. I do not need to solve it. When it comes, you will already be there. Step by step, you will guide what needs guiding. For now, I rest in what is already enough. Enough grace for this moment, enough care for this night, enough presence to hold me as I sleep. I do not ask for signs or certainty. I rest in quiet trust. Trust that does not announce itself loudly, but settles deeply. As this prayer continues, I allow it to fade into rest. Not ending, but easing. Not concluding, but releasing. I place myself fully into your care now. Nothing more needs to be done. Nothing more needs to be said. Amen. If these words have settled gently with you tonight, you are welcome to type Amen as a quiet agreement of the heart. If there is something you would like prayer for, you may share it in the comments. May your night be calm, your rest be deep, and your heart remain held in God's steady care.